or he pulling a knife out the body, and he gets to live. Still, he goes to jail and he suffer. He don't get nothing, but he does have something. He has life, and that's something that he took that he can't replace. So if you take one, you lose yours.
You don't think that it makes you cold-hearted to kill somebody, even if they're a killer? I want you to die because you killed somebody else.
If you don't kill them, then death row is full of guys that's sitting on death row.
There are a lot of people sitting on death row because somebody an eyewitness identified them, but come to find out that wasn't the person that did it because DNA came out to where they found.
That's why I said, if all the evidence points to you and it's official, it's not a frame job, it's not. Right. There's no mistake. If it's enough evidentiary evidence to show that, okay, he did it, she did it, they did it, then, and it's a murder involved, and it's not a self-defense issue, it's not, I was just trying to get away from him and I pushed him and he fell or he tripped, and, if it's, you murdered that person or those people, then you forfeit your right for life, just like you forfeited their right. You
forfeit your life in society. You no longer can be in society.
You don't deserve anything because you took something that you can't replace.
Murder is murder. I don't care who does it. I don't care if they pulling the switch. They're
lethal injection.
Yeah, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. They're still committing murder on this person that should be punished for what they've done. When you get in that hole,
what do you learn?
I don't care what he learns in the hole. That's just it. No one cares what happens to him once he goes in the hole. No one cares nothing about him once he goes in the hole. Now, he got some family members that say, oh, well, I feel so sorry for him. Da, da, da. That's their problem. They want to go on deck feeding this man. They can go right ahead. But he's eventually going to go crazy in this hole.
But now you hurting his family as well as the family of the victims. Because believe me, somebody at some point, everybody's not going to be forgiven. I mean, even if the parents of the victim step up and say, well, we forgive you, because they do get their chance to talk in court. And if they look directly at that person and say, well, we forgive you and in my heart, and I'm going to pray for you and blah, blah. Somebody that knows that person, that victim, had some kind of ties to him in some kind of way, don't feel that forgiveness. You understand? So when you punish them, your punishment is limited as long as they're alive. Because they, like I said, they took something they can't replace.
Then you have hardened your heart. You cannot say, I'm a good person, I'm a Christian, I'm a this or that, but I want this person dead. You can't say that. Well, he killed my so-and-so, so I want him dead.
You tried by jury of peers.
Right. So whether you're going to go to the hole.
And these are 12 people who don't know you, who sit back and go, okay, and they look at photos and they get evidence and they get the pros and the cons for the prosecution and the defense.
Right.
And they get all this, and all these things make them come to their conclusion where they go and they sit back and they make the judgment call as to whether or not you're supposed to be punished or your life is supposed to be forfeit. Okay? Now, again, I say, if they have the right to make that judgment call, okay, as opposed to a judge, if you get convicted, by members, you get 12 of your peers, and they say, well, clearly the evidence points he did it, she did it, they did it, killed him, them, they, what have you, okay? We're going to give him life in a hole. Stop. We're going to give him life. You there because you took a life. So you took something you don't have the right or the power to give back. So how is it right that you get to live? I don't care if you in a cave and it's dark and it's wet and you never see anything and you never have any other human contact. That's irrelevant. You still alive. And you took something that you didn't have the right to take. Now, these people that judged you and came up with that might be the same people that judge you and say, okay, well, kill him. There you go right there. You kill him. You know, he's guilty. It's clear. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. And they go through this. These are the kind of discussions they have when they get sequestered. You know, but why should he have the right? Why should she have the right? Why should they have the right to live after they took a life in the fashion that they took it, so they can languish in a box, in a hole, and I don't care where you put them,
because just
they
like,
still alive. The underlying issue is life is precious.
Yes,
If
it
you
is.
take it, okay, then you should have yours taken. Otherwise, we don't need a judicial system because someone has to make that judgment call.
just like he was not supposed to take a life, we are not supposed to take a life. As much as we want to put it on the books as being punishment, we're going to punish him by death. He's not being punished. Do you not understand what I'm saying? He's not being punished.
Okay, so you want him to suffer.
Yes.
Then you kill him the same way he killed whoever he killed.
That
And that's
doesn't
how
make
he
him
suffers.
suffer. He's not suffering.
No, he's going to suffer. And if he took 18 hours, 36 hours, or 3
What
seconds.
if he didn't?
What if he didn't what? Do
Take
all that?
Yeah, take that loan.
Oh, then you die in the same fashion that you
Then
killed
I
them
am
people.
a murderer because he didn't kill me. I'm not the one to kill him.
No,
That's
well,
not
well,
my. That's
okay,
not my
well,
call.
Once you're dead, you can't kill him back. Not
That's what I'm saying. They
not unless you come back as a spirit
So
and
now
go
it's-
into that kind of thing.
now that he is killed, and I'm the person in the jury with the rest of these people saying, well, we need to kill him because he killed that person, and I say, yeah, you're right. I'm a murderer. I am a murderer.
But the purpose of you being brought on this jury
I really don't care how they got to this part where they
Is-
start making juries.
is for you. You understand? If you don't want to be part of that, then it's so many easy ways to get out of being on the jury.
That's just it. They'll still have juries. I don't think it's fair that the people on the jury say he should die. No one should say someone should die, because if that's the case, he thought she should die. Whatever his reason is, he thought she should die.
Mm-hmm.
He's wrong.
Yeah,
Those 12 people are wrong.
yeah. But that person that got killed,
Yeah,
and that person ain't coming back.
right. Neither is he.
He don't need to come back because he took that. His life would not be forfeit had he not forfeited the life that he took.
True. So he should be punished.
Exactly. And his punishment is he gets the same thing that he did to them. That's an eye for an eye. That's equality.
Is that written in that Bible everybody reads?
An eye for an eye? Yes, ma'am.
Murderer.
Hey. Cain killed his brother. He was the first murderer.
Murderer.
He was the first murderer.
So what makes them think that if
All right,
Cain
wait.
killed,
All right.
people today not gonna
Okay,
kill?
now watch this. In the summertime,
Yes.
you in your house, sitting back drinking a nice big cold glass of sweet tea, you know, because we're in the South. That's big down here. Drinking you a nice big glass of sweet tea, and a mosquito come and hit you on the neck, and you sipping your sweet tea, and you go, and you kill that mosquito. You just took a life. You're not a murderer?
I'm a murderer.
You a murderer. You understand? If you see a fly, and you take a swat, pow, and you kill it, you a murderer.
I'm a murderer.
Same thing. Same thing. A life is a life is a life.
True.
Makes no difference if it's a fly, gnat, snake, bear, dog, cat, frog, rat, person.
And you're right.
Okay, now, because you swatted that mosquito on your neck and smushed his guts into your pores, if a bigger mosquito came, because basically a mosquito is like a vampire, you know, hit you, bow, take some blood and spit that nonsense back in you. That's why you get that bump on your neck. Would it be right for a mosquito to come and do you like you do mosquitoes?
No.
Why?
Because it makes him a murderer.
You killed him. You was a
Now,
murderer.
if I slap my neck on it, that's your first reaction is to slap
It
your neck.
makes
it's
no
wrong.
difference. It makes no difference. You know it's summertime.
Right. So I should be in the house all the time.
No, not that. No, because the mosquito come in the house.
Mosquito come in my house.
Mm-hmm.
The law says I can kill the mosquito.
Okay, fine. So this guy, or this convicted individual that's convicted of murder, ain't even in the house. They in a public place,
And they killed somebody.
and they kill somebody.
They should be punished.
Exactly. And their punishment should be death.
Okay.
As long as the circumstances show that it was a heinous crime, not self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's Saturday night. We go out to a bar.
Mm-hmm.
I step outside and smoke.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm standing outside smoking, another guy comes out. He's smoking.
Mm-hmm.
He been drinking, I've been drinking. Nah. He give me a dirty look, I give him a dirty look. We exchange words. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
He throws the first blow.
Mm-hmm.
We fight. He end up dead at the end of the fight.
You're going to jail.
I'm going to jail. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, very same scenario. Again, we're going to fast forward it right to he throws the first blow.
Mm-hmm.
He throw the first blow. I pull out a gun and shoot him. Or he throw the first blow and I duck. And the momentum carries him and I just give him a little shove in the back and he runs head first into, you know, some glass or something like that. You know, glass breaks, chops him in the back of the neck, he bleed out, he dead. I go to jail for manslaughter.
You didn't kill him.
I go to jail for I'm charged with manslaughter, not murder. I'm charged with manslaughter. Should I do time for that?
Yes.
Why? It was self-defense.
It's self-defense, but he's still dead.
But it was self-defense.
You only go,
he wouldn't have been dead if he would have
get
initiated
more
that.
time than necessary. See, I think that they give people too much time for certain things. This man started this with you. He ended up killing his own self because you pushed him. You're gonna get in trouble for pushing him. You're gonna get some type of trouble because he was dead when the police came.
Mm-hmm.
And after they do everything else, and they found out that this is what happened, even if they got cameras showing it, all you did was push him because he was coming towards you, pushed him, he went into the glass.
Mm-hmm.
You should get your punishment, but it shouldn't be more than 30 days. The reason I say that is because you didn't start this.
I shouldn't get a day.
You
for that.
shouldn't, but
I shouldn't
he's
get a day.
dead.
And that's his fault.
Right, it is his fault, but
Yeah.
he's dead. There's going to be some type of punishment. There's going to be punishment for everything you do. That's why I said everybody should be punished for the things that they do. You may not get punished for slapping that mosquito, but you may get a mosquito bite on your neck. Now you got this all day. I remember that mosquito.
But what if you killed him as soon as he landed on your neck? I mean, he didn't even get a chance to. He was ran back and you caught him. Wow. So now he dead. The mosquito dead. You go on with your life like it's nothing. You didn't think twice about that.
You may not think twice about it, but God saw you do that.
Exactly.
You're going to be punished. And it may be as minute as that mosquito and that mosquito bite, but it's going to be a punishment. You're going to get punished for that. And I believe that.
Even if that's something you didn't initiate.
That you killed one of God's creatures. It doesn't matter why you killed him. You still killed him. That's why I don't think you should kill somebody, because you are going to be, I don't care what you think. Law of the land, we're supposed to obey the law of the land. I don't believe none of that. What I believe is if you kill somebody, something's bad is going to happen to you. That's why those people on those juries, that they don't not always want to kill that person. It's got to be something in you that say, "Oh, kill him. Just go and kill him. He killed them people. Kill him."
The evidence
doesn't matter.
Is where you get your conclusion
He's
from.
still killing somebody. I don't care if you're just the person that says, "Well, you know, I agree. Yeah, everybody agree. And, you know, I really don't think he should die, but I agree that all the evidence says it is, and the only thing we can do is give him the death penalty." You are a murderer. You can sum it up any way you want to. You can say how this should be and that should be, and the reason he should die is this, this, and this. The moment you agree, you are a murderer.
Okay, and the moment you choose to let him languish in a cell or a box or a hovel or a hole or a matchbook box or a closet or a telephone booth, then you condoning what he did. And that's the message that you're putting out.
No, I'm not condoning.
Because that's the message that's getting put out now. Because these guys who get the death penalty still are on death row 10, 12, 15 years. What
But
you doing on death row that long?
They get out to see, like you said, they get that 1 hour walk around and all that kind of stuff. They don't get that anymore. See, when you
They
know
don't
that
need anything.
when
The
you
bottom
know-
line is you still have life.
when you know
That's
that
it.
that's the punishment you're gonna get, I'm gonna be there for 15 years, but it made a book and made some money. When that's stripped from you, It's different when you can't walk around. It's different when you can't do certain things. You can't interact with anybody else. It's totally different once they say we are now making it to where when you have been accused of murder, you are going into a hole where you don't have any daylight. Period. You only get fed if your family feels you should eat. You might get water because you will have a toilet. That's it. That's it. You get nothing else. You don't get a blanket. You don't get a bed. You don't get a pillow. You don't get a magazine. You can't. Well,
all
you can't
that
see.
is still too much because you still have life. I don't care if they chain you up and leave you in there naked and dirty and cold and don't feed you and let you starve to death. You still get that time. You still have more than you gave that person whose life you took.
And I would rather be murdered quick
the time
than
that
to
you
be
need,
murdered all day long.
The time that you need is the time that you get between the time you get caught and the time you get convicted. There it is. After that, you need to be done with. You want to outs. You understand? Because look, they put these people on death row and they get to exercise and they get to shower and they get to, write letters and they get to communicate and they get to do this and blah, blah, blah. All right. And people still go on death row. So, and they still get human contact. Mm-hmm. Now, you take the same scenario and you get somebody that's convicted of murder and they sentenced to life. And they go in this dark hole, hovel, whatever. Mm-hmm. And no human contact, no nothing. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Who knows how they suffering? These guys that are on death row mm-hmm. and these women that, get death row, get to talk to people. I wish I wouldn't have did it, or I'm glad I did it, or whatever they got to say. Mm-hmm. They say it. They get to talk to other people, yet people still do this. Mm-hmm. So if people get to talk to them and they tell them, look, I'm in here and I'm lonely and I only get this and I only get that and I only get this and I only get that, then where's the deterrent if you get somebody that gets convicted and they get put in a hole and they don't get no human contact? Who cares if you go crazy?
Right, who cares?
No, who cares if you go crazy? You understand? You shouldn't have the right to go crazy. You should have the right to go and meet your maker.
That is a punishment. That's a punishment. I want them to be punished.
They don't need to be punished. Their punishment needs to be
you kill somebody.
You forfeit your life if you forfeit
kill somebody
life.
right away. You have not punished them. You have not punished them.
Right. You want them to feel bad. Put them in a timeout.
I don't care about them feeling bad. That's just it.
You putting them in timeout for the rest of their life.
Someone killed one of my children, and I'm heartbroken. I'm pissed off. I go all through all the stages, and we finally have this trial with this man.
I want him stone dead, tombstone
when
dead.
When this man goes into court, and he got his suit on, or he got the orange jumpsuit, or whatever he has on when he comes into,
or woman, don't be sexist.
Or woman that has killed my child. All I can think about is I cannot get my child back, and I want that person punished.
Yeah.
Death penalty will not satisfy me. I don't know who else is satisfied, but that will not satisfy me. Reason being, it's too quick. I don't know how long my son suffered. I don't know what you did to my son before you put his lights out. All I know is I want all your lights out. I want you to have no food and just a toilet so that these people don't have to clean up after you. That's it. You get no blanket.
No. Why? So even in your punishment, you still granting them something.
A toilet?
You want them to have a toilet. If you're putting them in a hole? No, because not having a toilet is inhumane. Who gives a damn?
Okay, well then if they have a hole that they put the pee in,
they don't need nothing.
But my thing is, I'm punishing the people that have to come in and clean that up.
No, ain't nobody cleaning that up. Ain't nobody cleaning that up.
Then even better.
No.
A room or a hole, whatever it is, once they throw you down in there, you down in there. That's it.
You don't need nobody to clean that up because you don't need to put nobody in there because you need to forfeit that life that forfeited a life. Period. That way you don't have to, and these right to life groups that come up and say, well, excuse me, that person's life that they took. Okay.
I hear your side.
That person's life, and I understand what you're saying, but if you commit the crime, you do the time. Whatever the time is, and if the time is
yeah, but you got people on death row that's been on death row for years.
And that's my point. They don't need that because they still got life. You understand? They done went through all these stages that you went through, remorse and repentance and denial, and they don't need that. The time you need is the time that you got between the time you got caught for that crime and the time that you get convicted for that crime. You understand?
So the moment that they get convicted, they should go straight to the chair?
They should go straight. No, not to the chair.
Well, I mean, whatever.
No. Whichever manner they killed that person in, they should die by that same manner. You understand? Now, your time, as far as you thinking about that, you know it. From the time that you get caught to the time that you get convicted. In your mind, you're going, I'll cut that person up. They're going to cut me up. Yeah. We're going to cut you up. Just like you in little bitty pieces.
Who's the murderer that's going to cut him up? There's a murderer that's going to cut him up.
Exactly.
He's a murderer. He's still a murderer.
Exactly. Murderer, executioner, same thing. You understand?
I do not want that person.
In medieval times, they had the guillotine. Okay.
I don't believe in murder in any fashion.
Hey, look. Okay. All right. Watch this.
Mm-hmm.
You a nurse. Okay. In the ward where they have babies. You come in. You catch somebody. 3, 4, 5 babies already dead. You catch them in the act. Slitting the throat of a baby or something. Yeah, something heinous. Do you understand? You believe that person still got the right to life?
They go to the hole.
No. They need to go to hell.
No, that is hell.
No, it ain't. Hell ain't here.
But see, now you choose that this person has to die. So you will become a murderer. In your heart, you have become a murderer.
Exactly.
I don't want to be a murderer.
So you want them to live?
In the hole.
No.
They can't kill anybody, can't see anybody.
No, but they can live. They can live.
But not for long.
How you know?
You can't live that long without no food.
How you know? You might have a strong one. You might have somebody in there eating dirt just to get the minerals. You understand? For real. Okay? I mean, you look, in extreme cases like that, things like that might happen. Okay? Why even go through it? You understand? From the time you caught to the time you convicted, you know, I got caught killing 8 babies. Newborns. Oh my goodness. The most precious, the purest form of life in the beginning stage. Couldn't do nothing to nobody if they tried. You taking a life for these babies. You don't have the right to no life. The whole point is life.
Understand that.
Life. No matter what you're doing, if you alive, you not suffering. You understand? And it's not about making you suffer. It's about you took a life, you lose your life. That's it. All the time you need to think about that right there. Because you're giving them too much. You're still giving them something. I don't care if you stay. I mean, it may take a person. Gandhi was on a hunger strike for 30 days. It may take you 2 months to die. You understand?
Yeah.
That don't make it right. And guess what? Newsflash, if you don't feed them and you know you got them in the box, you're still a murderer. Because you didn't take care of them anyway. You understand? If you put them in a box and don't give them nothing, no food, no water, no lights, no nothing, and you put them in that box, you left them to die. Guess what? That's just like you walk out the house and your family in the bed and they sleeping and you turn the gas on and walk out the door and flick a cigarette in the back, and as you pull off, the house explodes. You still a murderer. You understand? You just they in a box. You know, you still a murderer.
Okay.
So why go through all the punishment that once you convicted, then you should be killed in the same manner that you took the life of whoever you took, or the lives of whoever you took. That would be a deterrent. You understand? You shoot somebody, they bleed out, okay, fine. You know, you get these sickos that like to cut people up and mutilate them. Oh yeah, we got something special for you. You like doing that? Well, let's see how you like it.
So it still makes you a murderer.
Either way, you a murderer.
You're right. So I think they should be fed.
Okay, so
Once a
now,
day.
you granting life to a murderer, and you giving them stuff that they need to make sure that they continue to live, so that they can think about suffering. They're not thinking about suffering. Please. The bottom line is, once you kill somebody in some kind of heinous, reckless act, and you go to death row. Today, guys on death row 15 years. Yeah, man, I killed somebody back in 86 and you're an old man now. Stay at execution and you get some attorneys that pop up. We checked the case and we want to, okay, you do that for people that deserve it. Okay, but the first thing is the judicial system needs to be fixed.
True.
So that there are no mistakes, or at least you can minimize to the most infinitesimal amount. You understand? So that the guilty get punished. Like I said, if you rob a bank, you get 25 to life. Well, this is your third strike. This is baseball. Okay, fine. If you get caught 3 times, in certain states, it's baseball. You get convicted of a crime 3 times. On that third strike, you're doing life. Okay? On that third strike, you're doing life. You kill somebody. Road rage, something stupid. No justifiable reason. It ain't justifiable homicide. You just killed them. You get life too. Wow. That don't seem right. You understand?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I get caught for home invasion 3 times. 5 times, 9 times. You understand? Where to the point where it goes from a misdemeanor to a felony. 3 felony convictions. In some states, that's baseball. There you go. You got life. Okay? I like breaking in people's house and stealing stuff. Nothing major, a little silver, a little china, camera, DVD, TV. I ain't hurt nobody. You want it back, it's all down at the pawn shop or in my house. You understand?
Okay.
You kill somebody in a fight in the street, bow, stab them, shoot them, whatever. Your intention is there. If you're walking around with a gun and you get into an altercation with somebody, you got that gun. In my mind, that's premeditated murder, because you know that once you see a situation begin to escalate and you know that you're armed, you're supposed to de-escalate the situation or walk away. You understand? Once you kill somebody, you get life, just like Sticky Fingers over there. Now that's not right.
No, it's not.
You understand? Sticky Fingers needs to be punished. A murderer needs to be murdered back. You understand?
Yeah.
So your punishment, I see what you're saying, but if you feed them nothing, you kill them anyway. So you're still a murderer. Once you sentence them to desolation and you banish them to nothingness, you kill them anyway. It's just a different form of murder. The way I'm looking at it is, if you slit somebody's throat, slit your throat back. If you shoot somebody in the head, you should get that very same caliber.
I hear you.
And that's a discussion that could go on forever. However, man, it's been a while. We will continue another subject at another time, and we're going to keep an eye on her weight. Lay off the bread, sister.
I'll try. I'm going to cut off the bread, because I think that's one of my weaknesses is bread. I can eat bread all day, every day. Sandwich, toast. But anyway.
Until then, next time, DNA, we signing out. Y'all be good to each other. We out.